So Dog on Roof doesn't answer. I hope it works for you, my guy. Let's proceed with the stream. So welcome everyone, I hope everyone is great. I'm gonna do this stream and I will take advantage of the video that I will make to share on YouTube, and hope it will help everyone that will receive a pre-built keyboard like Lily, for example. In this case I'm gonna show how to assemble it. It's pretty simple, but I guess it will help someone who is starting and for the newbies. Let's see. So first of all, I will assume that you ordered a pre-built from my store, from kriscables.com. So you went here, went to the pre-soldered listing, choose the PCB color, hot swap sockets for the switches that you have or you will order. Then you choose the controller, and you choose if you want wired, you choose Pro Micro, and if you want wireless, you have the option between Nice Nano and the Nice Nano clone. So you choose, in this case was a Nice Nano, and you choose display. You have nice view if you want to save some battery, and you order it and you receive you receive this. So it's a soldered keyboard which you essentially need to assemble now. You can order other parts like case if you don't have. I have three types. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 types of cases, which are from acrylic, stacked acrylic. And you will need switches and keycaps. I don't have keycaps, but some small amount of switches I have in stock if you want to order from me. So in this case we have a tinted case with this order, and we have the switches that are cherry silent, I believe. So first thing that you want to do when you receive a keyboard from me or for anyone else, you want to test it. You don't want to start assembly before testing it. So you want to insert the switches like this. So you insert the switches all the way around, all of them. This is the easy part. What can happen sometimes is one of the legs can bend like this, and if you insert the switch like this, when we will test it, it won't work because you don't have, let me see if you will focus, you won't have the leg inserted, and it won't activate. So if you have this kind of problem, most probably you have a bent leg. So just a matter of taking it out and bend the leg. Let me take some tweezers. So you unbend the leg like this, carefully. Make sure it's straight. and insert it. So I'm gonna insert a few just to showcase, because I already tested this keyboard and I don't need to do all over again. But I'm gonna show how to connect it via Bluetooth, because that's the connection that you're gonna use. So you want to go to your settings, machine settings, devices on the Windows 10, and you go to add Bluetooth device, and it will appear in the list like Lily58 in case of the Lily. In case of the Ferris sweep, for example, it's gonna be Cradio. So you click to connect, and I'm glad that this error appeared, you can't connect. So this is a common issue that you're gonna have mostly. You try to connect and it will not connect. Why is happening that? So you cancel. What you're gonna do is you need to clear the Bluetooth devices that are in memory of the controller. So what you wanna do, you want to discover on your key map which combination of key is the Bluetooth clear function. So you're gonna go to check the key map in Google Chrome like this. So you're gonna go to the listing of the Pre-Soldered keyboard, and you're gonna search for the key map. Here is the key map of the Nice Nano, of the wireless controller. In case of the Nice Nano clone, it's also this, the ZimKey firmware, and you're gonna search for the Bluetooth clear combination, key code combination. So here is the Bluetooth clear, which is on the lower layer. So you're gonna click the lower key, and you're gonna see, when you click lower key, you're gonna see this is not the lower key, which is, let me see, which one is it? It's not, yeah, it's this one, it's this. You're gonna see when you click the lower key on the display, nice view display, layer 0, layer 1. So this is the lower key. So you're gonna jump to lower layer, right? And you're gonna click the yes, because this is the Bluetooth clear key code. So you're gonna click right like this. So you're clearing the Bluetooth devices on the keyboard. You have let me see, on the key map you have BT1, so device number 1, device number 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can have up to 5 devices connected to this keyboard at the same time. So you can jump between them by clicking lower key and respective device number. So we cleared. Now we go again to the settings, and we will add right now like this. So there is your device ready to go. So I will suggest to wait a few, like 30 seconds maybe to make sure that it will persist, the settings will persist, and it will configure on your machine. Normally in the lower corner it will appear a notification that your keyboard is ready to go. So after doing this, what you're gonna do is you're gonna open a test keyboard tester, keyboard tester. So there are many keyboard testers. You're gonna open your favorite one. I like to use this one to test the keyboards because it's gonna make a sound, and it will show up which key it was clicked. I'm not sure if you're gonna hear. Let me turn off the music. So once you click, it's gonna show F10, which key you clicked, and it will produce the sound. This way you're gonna test the keyboard and make sure it works. So this is the first thing that I always recommend you to do in order to test the keyboard before assembly. So insert all the switches, test the keyboard, make sure everything works, and only after that I recommend you to start actually assembling the keyboard. So let's proceed with the assembly, I guess. Also, if it's not wireless, obviously you have to insert the TRRS cable between them and the USB-C cable into your host, which is a Mac PC, and then into your master half, which is the left half by default. So the right half by default in the default key map that I flash is the slave side. And another thing that you should know, that the slave side consumes less battery than the master half. So the master half receives the key codes that you press and it sends to the host wirelessly. That's why it consumes more power. So you have to charge the master side more times than the slave side. So just simple things, basic things that you should know before having such keyboard. Alright, so what do we need now? We need to check the switch plates. So you start by one side first. Another trick that you should know, you have the switch plate in acrylic, so it's there is a trick when you insert the switch into the acrylic. It depends how laser machine is set up. So one side of the acrylic, when it cuts, will be more loose, and another side the switch will stay more fixed in place. So before assembly you have to choose which acrylic goes to which side. So just experiment and insert the switch and see. This side it stays, but it's not that fixed. On this side it's more fixed. It makes a click even like this when you insert it. So this side I'm gonna put it on the right side and this side on the left side. Right, so now take out the protective film from the acrylic. Be careful because the switch plate is quite sensible, so take out with caution. Another thing on this build is that we have, let me see, we have the foam, switch plates foam. So you need to put the foam between the PCB and the switch plate. Let me turn off the Bluetooth, disconnect from the Bluetooth, otherwise it will click on the stream while I'm gonna insert the switches. So what you wanna do now is you have the foam between the plates. What you wanna do is make sure everything is centered, it stays in place, and you want to insert the switches on the corners of the plate. Accommodate the switch like this to make sure it's gonna be firstly check the legs if are straight. Then accommodate the switch like this. That's it, it's in. Now another corner, I want to put it here. That's it. Another one. And the last one. That's it. So you can confirm, you can see the legs, everything is inserted properly. Now you're good to go to insert the rest of the switches. So be careful when you insert the switch. If you encounter the resistance, too much resistance when you insert, you risk to push with the leg of the switch the socket out of the PCB, and this way you will make a mistake. So be gentle while inserting the switch, make sure it goes smoothly. You'll get the handle of it once you will insert a few switches. This one is slightly bent. So here we go, we have the left side, the master side, all inserted. From what I can see, no bent legs, but we will test it later anyway. So this is how the left side looks. Now we will proceed with the right side. Same procedure. Place the foam, center it, take out the protecting film from the acrylic switch plate, on both sides. Make sure it's centered. Like so. Insert 4 switches in the 4 corners. This one doesn't go smoothly, so that's it. So this one is making some resistance. Let's see why. Alright, it's in. Here's a bent leg. Another bent leg. If anyone have does have any question, let me know. I'll try my best to answer. By the way, Conin, I saw your post with the Gimke Crimson Cadet, I think. Very nice colors, red colors. That's it. We have the switches inserted. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna test again all the keys to make sure that there are no bent legs. So I'm gonna pause the music. I'm gonna connect again. So it's not gonna connect because the position 1 is set and it will not connect. So I'm gonna try to change to position 2 and I will try to see if it's gonna connect. If not, I'm gonna just click the clear. So let me see, display. I'm gonna click. This is position 1, which is my PC. I'm gonna click position 2 and it changed from 1 to 2 here. And now I'm gonna try to connect. Nope. Nope. So I'm gonna clear. So clear Bluetooth devices. And it's not gonna connect again. And I'm gonna let me see, I'm gonna change back to position to Bluetooth device 1. Here we changed. Let's see. Nope. I'm gonna clear. So it's kind of fiddly. You're gonna have to play around with it until you will succeed with the connection. So let's test. Gimke Crimson Cadet on type 30. Yep. Looks, the color is very intense, the red one. And the sharpness, the vivid. Alright, so everything works. No bent legs. Great job. So we can proceed. After this, we will need to we will insert the foam, the base foam. I'm gonna disconnect again from the Bluetooth. So make sure the foam gets inside slightly. DSG in great to catch your streaming. I saw the camera set up an energy story, but I forgot what camera lens you are using. It was lens 2470. Got money. So I'm using the 1635 GM from Sony, but I do also have the 2470, I think, but I'm not using it right now. Great lens, expensive but excellent image quality. And the camera is Sony A7 Mark III. A good all-around camera. That's it. So we have the foam inserted. Now let's put the base plate, also take out the protective film from the plates. How far above the desk do you have the camera and at which mm? So I'm at 16 millimeters right now, and let me see, it's about 15 centimeters. (44 centimeters). From the mat to the camera it's 44 centimeters. Oh, before putting the plates, I forgot one thing very important. Before the base plates, you want to put the OLED standoffs. Because if you're gonna put the base plate, it's you won't be able to put the OLED standoffs. So insert. You're gonna need a hex. I think the hex, this one is 2.0, 3.0, something around that. But I do have on the. I do have in the build guide of the Lily. Let me see. If you're gonna go to the build guide of the Lily on my store, you're gonna find it here. So the stage mounted plates 13. No, before. It's before 13. So you need 1.3 hex tool and 1.5. Because I think my supplier uses, yeah, he uses the black. I normally sometimes I do include the black screws, these ones, and they are slightly bigger, so you're gonna need the 1.5 to be able to screw in. But the silver ones are 1.3, so you can get the toolbox from Amazon for about 10-20 euros. But I will assume that you, if you're dealing with the keyboards, you have this in your arsenal. So screw in the 12mm standoffs. Like this. Use the 5mm, I think it's 5. Yeah, it's 5mm screws here in these holes. I probably should screw it earlier, the standoffs, but it's fine at this stage also. I was imagining you had the it 1.5mm, but the desk, well, if I would have it at 1.5, I would have to zoom in like this and zoom in back. Cheap viewers on Streambo. What the hell is this? This is spam. Timeout, ban, and you get banned. Yep. Right. So 5mm bolts. $12mm standoff. Another thing that I have to mention that depending on the base plate and switch plate thickness that you're gonna choose when ordering the plates, you have different. I include different length standoffs and bolts. So this is the guide. Depending on the switch also, I do include different sizes and different lengths. So check this guide so you can mount properly everything. Uh, 24mm, which would made you have it higher, I imagine. Possibly, yes. But I like the wideness of this 1635 lens, which is perfect for streaming. Alright, so we have the standoffs in place. Now let's check this. So let's screw in the standoffs of the base plate. So there are two types of screws that I include with different head. This is here is the flat head, and you have some oval head. I use the flat head on the base and the oval on the top plate, on switch plate. So, but you can choose whatever you like. It's just a small nitpick that that I do. It will work either way, since the screws lengths are the same in this case. So also why I include black screws in this build is because the switch plate is black, so it's gonna be more clean or something like that. At least you will not notice as much as the silver ones. Said Clown Chalk, hello! So said Clown Chalk, I assume, is silent keyboards from back in the day, 2022. What up? What up? Welcome. Yeah, I got some free time, I guess. That's why I'm back streaming. So we have the standoffs in place. Insert. Now screw the top side with the black ones that I included. 2022 wild times, yep. It was indeed wild. At least in the keyboard scene. Now it's more chill, which I prefer, to be honest. So don't tie it too tight, because you don't need too tight. Just make sure it's enough that it won't wiggle around. Can't remember when it was the last time that I were live, but it's nice to see you coming back at streaming. I hope that I'll be more consistent now with the streaming. At least once a week, I hope. I'll manage to stream. Are you streaming, said Clown Choke, nowadays, or you just enjoy the keyboard streaming scene by watching it? I'm not sure if many more keyboard streamers are streaming nowadays. I wasn't. I checked Black Simon today, and he was playing some game. So but I also never really watched the streaming community of the keyboards. I remember I was watching the Mr. Keeps from Brazil many times in the early days. And I'm not sure if he streams nowadays. Mr. Gibbs made a comeback a few months ago, then disappeared again. Well, I have noticed that many people disappeared from the community. Who else is streaming nowadays? That's it, we have the plates assembled. So what do we need to do now? We can choose to insert the tenting bolts. We can put on the OLED covers. I'm gonna try not to leave any fingerprint. Lexotos, Diego, Lightning, Patty, Bowl, Keyboard, Simon, Keep Science, Kimlin, Win. From all of this list, I know Simon and Alexoto, so that's it. Keep Science. Not sure if I'm familiar. Hey, but it's a decent list. I didn't thought that as many. There are as many. I remember quite a while back you made an announcement that you would stop making custom cables for new customers but would make for existing customers. Is that still the case? I could only find USB cable. Do it yourself on your site. So I stopped once taking orders and I was taking only from the past customers, that's correct. And then I had so many requests one time that I had to put back, but it was limited. It's limited quantity. I mean, it's limited. I think it's limited detachable connectors, yeah. So I put back. I still take orders, but you have to check the first page. I took out the main page of the cables, so I just left a few listings on the main page. So that's that. So I take from everyone that find the listing on the main page. I noticed that many people don't find the listings anymore. So yeah, they are not as in the past in a separate dedicated page. But that's not the core of the services that I take nowadays. So I just make cables mostly for the past customers, because there is not as much procura, not as much, how do I say procura? Not as much interest anymore. You can get a cheap quality okay-ish quality cable from AliExpress. So yeah. Now what do we have now? We have the keycaps, and we have the tenting. I'm gonna put the keycaps first and then the tenting, I guess. So the tenting is gonna be the last thing that I'm gonna put on. Let's put the keycaps. I also not sure if you noticed it, this gene on the store, that I have reduced my backlog. Therefore, if you're gonna order some cables, it's gonna be the turnaround, at least it's gonna be quicker now. A few weeks instead of a few months. So maybe, like, depending on the difficulty of the cable, let's imagine that you're gonna, for example, the coiled cable is gonna take like 2-3 weeks probably, and the normal cable 1-2 weeks for me to ship it, to build and ship it. Build, test, package, all this stuff. I might still wanna, if you still prefer handmade cable over cheap AliExpress. Well, it's to each their own. I think there is a market for people that like they don't expect high quality custom build, like handcrafted. They are fine with the just cheap from taken out from machine, or cheap labor from China, and that's fine. That's the market. If that's what people want, that's it. But I can say that there is still very little interest in like true custom cables, because I'm not sure if you went to AliExpress to check, but there is custom cables, but you have like maybe 10, maybe 20 colors. But if you will check my collection of paracord, for example, I think it's above 100 options that I do have, of different colors, different themes. So to me, that's the true custom, because you have the choice, the true choice, and then you have like 10, about more than 10 tech flex to put above, so you can like create unique combinations. Besides, obviously, the handcrafted by one guy. So I think there is a market, very small market for that. Still, there is a small market for that. But with time, I think it's gonna be less and less. So it's BNM. These keycaps are sea salt DXA profile. They are decent keycaps, I think. At least they look like decent. Let me turn down the light. They are okay-ish, like not the top-notch DMK. Right, so we have tab. Let's see what options do we have here. Let me open the default, because I don't remember the default key map. My key map is different, so control tab, let me see. It's getting late here, so I'm off to bed. Have a nice stream. Hey, DS Jean, thank you for coming. Appreciate you. Have a great night and sleep well. And thank you for the support. I remember you ordered a cable from me, I think, in the past. So we have Alt. We have the function. Do we have some low? Do we have some low? We have the Windows. Blank keycaps. We don't have blank keycaps. One good thing about XDA, I think it's XDA. Yeah, it's XDA profile, die sub keycaps. So one good thing about XDA keycaps is that they have flat profile, so you can change the rows anywhere. on any row you can put any key. So that's the freedom that you have with this profile, with the flat, like DSA, it's the same thing. So if you have GMK keycaps, you're gonna have GMK profile, cherry profile. You're gonna have to check if your keycap set does support the layout, so you will have the consistency of the profile on the same row. You're not gonna mix the keycaps. So we have the control here. Control, we have tab. We don't have tab. And we don't have another shift. We can use this one. No, actually I'm gonna use these funky ones. Space, I need space. I need space and I need enter. Let's put the egg on the enter. Let's put the milk on the shift. Some lemon on the tab. I guess the customer will change these keycaps to any that he will prefer. So I need another Windows key. Backspace is gonna be this line. Oh, actually I can use this one as a backspace. And space can be this. It doesn't really matter because the person will change the layout to his use case. Alright, so we have the keycaps in place, and the last thing, let's install the tenting bolts. So these tenting bolts are, let me check how much. I think it's 4 centimeters. Yeah, I think it is 4 centimeters length on the sides. So just join 2 spacers, insert between plates like this. Actually, I forgot the tape, so make sure to take out the tape, or you can leave it, it doesn't matter, it will work either way. Insert it between, insert the bolt from the bottom side, screw in the nut, and now you have some rubber fits. Just take one, put it on the base of the bolt, so your keyboard will not move around on the table. So the longer bolts you will put on the sides of the keyboard, on the how do I say it, on the so you will put it in order to have the keyboard tented from center to the side. I guess that's a better explanation. Join two, put between plates, like not like this, like this. So looks like I tighten it too much. Just loosen the screw a little bit of the plates. So this one stays tighter. So you have one bolt on the base plate and another bolt on the switch plate. Just like this. And screw the top bolt. That's it. You have it tented on the from the center to the side. And now what you have to do is just you can insert on the outer side the lowest screws, or you can leave like this and adjust the height and the angle that you want for the keyboard to stay. For example, like this. And you need to have the hands like stay not naturally like this. For example, I do have mine with 25 centimeters bolts on the side, and it stays like to me, inclines to me slightly, and outer on the side to this, from the center to the side. Let me put for you to compare. Here's 25 centimeters bolt and 40 centimeters bolt. And I do have a biggest battery. I think it's 10,000 milliamps. So it lasts for weeks. And on the side you just insert the bolt from the base and screw it on the top plate, aka switch plate. Glue the rubber feet on the base of the bolt and you're good to go. Actually, I forgot to put the spacers. Let's put the spacers. Just to complete the one side, and you will repeat on the same side, on the other side the same way. So as you can see, I tightened too much the screw. Let me lose a little bit in order to be able to fit the spacers. That's it. You're done. You're ready to go. Ready to use the keyboards. Okay, so I have, let me see. So I have a red Gateron Milky Red Pro on my keyboard installed. Let me pause the sound. So this is the sound. And this is the silent. Gateron Silent Red. Gateron Milky Red Pro. So you're gonna ask, all right, I do have the keyboard assembled. What do I do now? What you wanna do now? You want to try it's a standalone microphone. It's the AT Audio-Technica 2020 USB plus, something like that. Right, so what do you want to do now is you want to try and train your muscle memory. So for example, you can open the monkey type. Actually, let me connect my keyboard. So I need to turn it on. I need to turn it on because it's off. That's it, it's on. Now let's connect it. I think it should be the second one. Let's see, I think. Nope. So I need to clear. I need to clear on this one also. Let me check my key map because I don't remember. I think I changed the position. Yeah, it's this one. So it's on the lower layer and the N key. Okay. Nope. Let's click reset. Let's click reset to see if it's gonna persist the clearance. Let's clear again. Oh, I know. This is the lower, my lower. Okay, so I didn't clear actually. This is lower, clear. Now it should work. Nope. Let me take this one out of the room. So I will not mix them. So lower, clear, okay. Nope. All right, let's see another thing. Let's connect it to the cable and see if it's gonna. It's gonna assume something. Nope. Let's see. So okay, where is the another Bluetooth device? So it's no, actually it's an H. The clearance is H. Right. It's fiddly, yeah. So you're gonna go to monkey type just to see how miserable is your words per minute. So let's see. Pam pam pam. Nope. That's it, 20. 26. So that's what's gonna happen if you're not gonna use like for 1 month the keyboard. So you have to persist and like type every day, and I'm not typing every day. So Caber, I think Caber. So you're gonna go, if this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen, you're gonna go to the caber.com and you're gonna learn your typing. And last time that I tried this, I think in about 2 weeks I got to 40 words per minute, I think, if I'm not wrong, something like that. But like using every day. I was using literally every day for 2 weeks. And you're gonna get very good. Persistency is the key. So that's it. Yeah, it's a great website. A lot of exercises for you to train and get better at actually touch typing and typing properly. So that's it. This is the how you're gonna assemble your keyboard, and like how much do I stream. I am streaming 1 hour and 28, so your mileage may vary because if you're not gonna stream, right? So that's it. This is the assembly. Thank you everyone for coming up, for chilling around. Conin, DS Jean, SubClown Chalk, everyone who is checking out and hoped to the stream. Maze, I hope this is gonna help someone. I'm gonna upload this video to YouTube. So yeah, thank you everyone who decided to support me in case you're assembling, and that's it. Have a nice one. Thank you everyone. Bye bye.